Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to have a quick techie tidbit on how to get WSL installed on your machine. Now, some of you may be running different versions of Windows, and that's okay. So with some of that, there may be variances in the procedures. Today, I'm doing it natively on my Windows 10 machine. WSL-install. That is the command, effectively, that you want to use. You need an argument here. You need to specify the distribution, right? Common ones, Ubuntu. Let's give that a shot. And looky there, it's going out to the internet, it's downloading the Ubuntu WSL image. So there's some things you may need to consider for setting this up. If we go to the web, install WSL, you see the Microsoft Docs here. We have a ton of information to absorb. What you really need to understand is that there's two versions of WSL. There's 1 and 2, with some various ways that they've been redesigned for the second version to take advantage of the underlying virtualization technology that's built into your machine. They encountered a lot of trouble in WSL 1, its implementation, and they're looking to alleviate that and give you a more true to Linux environment with WSL 2. Now, there are some variances when you install different distributions. We can look into that in future tidbits. But for now, we just want to go ahead and let Ubuntu finish here. Ultimately, we're deploying this so that we have a bash environment to play in, so that we can have more techie tidbits in the future to learn those bash commands, popular flags, and those kind of things. I'm going to make a quick recommendation to install Windows Terminal. Highly recommended. If you're doing anything on Windows, this is just the direction moving forward. We're not using command prompts. We're not using the PowerShell native CLI. We're using PowerShell embedded within a terminal. That's what I'm installing with. Now, this command I ran would have just as easily installed through a command prompt or whatever your preference is on Windows. But ultimately, highly recommend Windows Terminal for the very fact that you can open additional tabs in your respective prompt of choice, command prompt being one here, and in a moment you'll be able to see that once WSL is installed, I'll be able to open an additional tab running my instance of Ubuntu and having available to me Bash, Python, and the various tools that we have become very comfortable and competent with for Linux. Now that we have that installed, it says no installed distributions. Interesting. And that is because right here we are getting that environment set up. This popped up immediately upon Ubuntu being installed and it launching. Go ahead and set a username, Techie Tidbits. What we learned here today, folks, can't include a dot in Linux usernames. That's right. Also very important that when you set passwords, you type them the same way twice. Now we are in our instance, cat etc OS release. We're inside our Ubuntu VM. Check it out. Exiting that. Closing my terminal. Now if I reopen my terminal, slide this over here. What do we have here? Our instance of Ubuntu. Just as easy as that. Dive in those comments. Let me know where you're having problems. We'll get it figured out. Signing off.